My stepfather entered my room. The next events left me stunned, a real tale of betrayal. What I believed to be a mere oversight, a fleeting moment that would fade away, turned out to be something far more significant. That day marked the start of a journey filled with the most intricate and taboo moments of my existence. As I share this tale with you, I can sense my hands quivering, for this moment transcends mere confession. It is a face-off with the tumult of my own inner struggles, the weight of shame, and the pull of desire. Alfred, my mother's husband, possesses a maturity that captivates, a charisma that draws you in, and an unwavering confidence that lights up the room. He possessed a quiet strength that drew people in without the need for raised voices. Often, he remained silent within the walls of the home, yet his mere existence had the power to illuminate every corner of the space. He was my mom's second husband, and our relationship had always been distant. He maintained a courteous demeanor, yet there was an air of distance about him. Until that fateful day when everything transformed. My mother, Jennifer, was out with her friends, as she often is. The house was entrusted to Alfred and me. It was a tranquil evening, or so I believed it would be. In a moment of solitude, I found myself retreating to my room to change my clothes. As I stood before the mirror, clad solely in my underwear, I was on the verge of slipping into a dress when a soft creak announced the door's gentle opening. "Emily," Alfred called gently from the threshold. "Your door's open." His voice carried a serene strength that had the power to awaken me. I turned my head and felt the weight of his gaze upon me. Time appeared to stand still. In that moment, uncertainty enveloped me like a thick fog, leaving me at a crossroads with no clear path ahead. I remained still, unprotected, yet I chose not to shift my position. He lingered at the threshold, his hand poised on the door as if caught in a silent struggle between entering and retreating. His gaze held for a moment, stirring within me a tide of confusion and an elusive sensation. Something beyond words. My heart raced within me. In the blink of an eye, a transformation unfolded, altering the very fabric of reality. With a hesitant sigh, he finally spoke, his gaze drifting away. Yet the tone of his voice lacked true remorse. It bore a whisper of uncertainty, as if he grappled with the question of whether genuine regret lingered within him. He took a step back, yet his essence lingered in the room, a palpable force even after the door had clicked shut. "It's all right," I whispered, my voice trembling just a bit, yet deep down, I understood it was far from all right. A change had taken root within me, and I found it impossible to overlook. He departed, and I found myself solitary with my musings. But his lingering gaze and the delicate tension in the atmosphere remained with me. That moment was forever imprinted in my memory, and I couldn't escape its grasp. I believed it was merely an error of fleeting awkwardness, something that would eventually dissipate, yet I was mistaken. Only a handful of days passed before it occurred once more, and this time, it ventured even deeper. Up until that moment, all could have been attributed to an awkward blunder, a misaligned encounter, and I shared that sentiment. Yet, it soon became clear to me that this was just the beginning of a much larger tale. That day marked the start of an incredible journey, and now I shall share with you all that unfolded from that moment onward. The following day, we were to partake in a wedding celebration. One of my mom's dearest companions was embarking on the journey of marriage for the second time. My mom was her usual vibrant and animated self, all dressed up and brimming with anticipation for the event. Jennifer had always been a vibrant spirit, someone who thrived on joy and adventure. I held a deep affection for my friends, yet my commitment to the concept of loyalty, in its more profound form, was not as steadfast. Though I wasn't particularly excited about attending, the moment Alfred arrived at that wedding, everything shifted. We made our way to the venue side by side. Amidst the lively throng, my gaze kept drifting toward Alfred, more often than was perhaps appropriate. Perhaps he had always possessed a striking charm, this captivating allure, and I simply hadn't seen it until now. Bathed in the gentle illumination of the wedding lights, he exuded an air of confidence that captivated all around him. His suit was impeccably crafted, each stride he made radiating an effortless allure. Yet, I found myself wrestling with the thoughts swirling in my mind. "Don't be absurd, Emily," I chided myself, yet my gaze continually drifted back to him. A lively tune began to fill the air. My mom and Alfred found themselves in the heart of the dance floor, moving gracefully to the rhythm that surrounded them. Jennifer wore her familiar carefree smile, but in the midst of the dance, she unexpectedly turned to me and flashed a grin. Alfred extended his hand to Emily, inviting her to dance, and she accepted. I must venture over to my friend's place for a little while. A sudden spark ignited within me, and my heart began to race with fervor. Alfred paused for a heartbeat, a smile breaking across his face as he reached out his hand toward me. His eyes conveyed a calm assurance, a quiet confidence that spoke volumes. "Come on, Emily," he said, his tone playful and inviting. "You'll have to show me a few tricks." Jennifer had already made me feel quite embarrassed on the dance floor. His relaxed charm made it impossible for me to say no. With a cautious heart, I extended my hand, my voice quivering as I uttered, "Sure." As we made our way to the dance floor, the eyes of the crowd upon us. A flutter of nerves danced within me as his hand settled on my waist. A rush of exhilaration surged through me, quickening my breath. The scent of his cologne lingered in the air, and the warmth of his touch felt undeniably genuine. Prepare yourself, for this tale is on the brink of a twist. If this piques your interest, be sure to subscribe to my channel and activate notifications for more captivating tales. Your support is everything to me. Remember to share your thoughts and show some love. As we twirled, Alfred's gaze remained locked on me, unwavering and intense. "Emily, I had no inkling of your remarkable talent," he remarked, a gentle smile gracing his lips. His voice carried a certain enchantment that resonated profoundly within me. "To dance with you is a truly delightful experience." I turned my eyes away from him, attempting to conceal the tumultuous emotions dancing within me. "I'm simply striving to give my all," I declared. Yet the quiver in my voice revealed my truth. Alfred's smile blossomed gently. "Don't sell yourself short," he said, his hand pressing more firmly against my waist, a weighty reminder of his conviction. "This isn't merely dancing, we're weaving a connection. Do you not sense it?" In that instant, I understood that what we shared went far beyond the mere act of dancing. As I swayed to the rhythm, my body danced in harmony with the melody, yet my heart and mind were caught in a whirlwind of chaos. The throng enveloped us, my mother by my side. While the clamor and all else melted into the background, only Alfred remained, along with the hands that kept me steady. The turmoil and longing within me surged like a tempest as the dance unfolded. Alfred's voice emerged, gentle yet profound, slicing through the tumult of my swirling thoughts. "I wanted to apologize for the other day," he said. "I simply intended to share a little insight with you. But, once upon a time, a captivating beginning awaited. Ingen found it somewhat disrespectful to encroach upon your space." A gentle warmth enveloped me, and I sensed my cheeks growing warm with a soft blush. As my gaze fell, I sought a way to lighten the atmosphere. "It's all right," I replied hastily, my voice trembling just a bit. "Honestly, it's not a significant matter. Such events are indeed possible." Alfred took a brief pause, yet his feet continued to move. His gaze unwavering, locked onto mine. "Yet?" he pressed on, his voice taking on a gentler tone. "If it caused you any discomfort, I want you to understand that was never my aim. My aim was simply to capture your focus." My heartbeat raced with anticipation. I wasn't uneasy, I assured him, attempting to ease his worries. Simultaneously, I found myself grappling with the peculiar excitement that was starting to swell within me. "Truly, it's all good." The atmosphere surrounding us grew heavy for a fleeting moment as we lost ourselves in the dance. His hand rested gently on my waist, and the sincerity in his gaze ignited a profound feeling deep within me. Yet, the fervor was fleeting, as the melody gradually faded into silence. Our dance came to a halt. "Thank you," Alfred said, a soft smile gracing his lips. "In the realm of movement, you shine as an exceptional companion on the dance floor." I nodded, my heart still racing with anticipation. "Thank you as well," I replied gently. With a swift motion, I made my way back to my table and settled in. Alfred paused for a heartbeat, his gaze lingering on me, before he finally shifted to another table. In that fleeting moment, the lingering glances spoke volumes, revealing that whatever this connection was between us had not reached its conclusion. If anything, it had only just begun to unfold. Prepare the scene. As Jennifer stepped back into the wedding hall, a radiant smile lit up her face as she came toward us. "What a delightful dance," she remarked, offering her congratulations to us. "You both appeared truly remarkable in that moment." Her kind words only deepened my fluster, yet I endeavored to mask it with a casual demeanor. "It was quite the adventure," I remarked with a subtle grin. Alfred offered a subtle nod, a faint smile dancing at the corners of his mouth. Jennifer wove her words with enthusiasm, her hands coming together in joyful applause. "Can you believe it? Once the wedding bells have chimed, the girls and I will embark on a delightful bachelorette celebration, just us ladies, reveling in our shared joy." "Alfred, you'll be the one to escort Emily home, won't you?" Alfred offered a gentle smile. "Absolutely, that's not an issue at all," he responded with an easygoing demeanor. In that instant, it became clear to me just how unjust Jennifer's actions were towards Alfred. On a night meant for togetherness, she chose to walk away, leaving him in solitude. A pang of discomfort settled in my chest, yet I stifled it, burying it deep within. Jennifer appeared utterly unconcerned, reveling in the joy of her friends, which was clearly her foremost delight. Subject one topic. As the wedding came to a close, Alfred and I strolled toward the car side by side. Jennifer had already departed with her friends to venture to another place. As we settled into the car, Alfred gently turned the key, and the engine came to life with a soft purr. The quiet that enveloped us during the drive felt almost palpable. I gazed out the window, striving to embrace the stillness without the urge to fill the silence with chatter. Yet in time, Alfred found the courage to shatter the stillness. Jennifer, at times. Her focus shifts, he remarked, his gaze locked on the path before him. Yet, it never ceases to astonish me how careless she can be on occasion. On nights like these, one would naturally hope for their partner to be right there beside them. Wouldn't they? His tone was serene and contemplative. Yet I could perceive a subtle undercurrent of disappointment lurking beneath. His words resonated profoundly within me. The image of someone like Alfred, strong, charismatic, and composite experience loneliness stirred something deep within me. I composed myself and replied, though my voice trembled just a bit. Indeed, in moments such as these, a touch more thoughtfulness holds great significance. Alfred gave a subtle nod. Indeed, he replied, his eyes unwavering as they remained fixed on the path ahead. Yet, I suppose each connection unfolds in its own unique way. In that moment, an unspoken connection began to weave itself between us, a silent thread binding our souls together. It was as though I could grasp and even sense his solitude. In that moment, I found myself wrestling with the urge to keep my emotions at bay. That fleeting exchange felt like a thread weaving us together, the connection between us deepening softly yet with undeniable strength. As we reached our destination, Alfred swung the door open wide and motioned for me to enter with a welcoming gesture. "Good night," he said. Yet the pause in his voice revealed a lingering reluctance to part ways just now. As I made my way toward my room, I caught sight of Alfred lingering by the doorway. A peculiar impulse halted me in my steps, and I pivoted to confront him. "Alfred," I murmured, my voice barely rising above a whisper, "would you care to step inside? Perhaps we could share some words for a time." Though the longing in Alfred's eyes was unmistakable, he graciously chose to decline. In the wake of recent events, a sense of hesitation enveloped him. I had welcomed him in to demonstrate that I had progressed beyond it. It had lost its significance over time. Yet, I discovered myself withdrawing to my room, endlessly revisiting Jennifer's actions and Alfred's words in a loop within my thoughts. His loneliness washed over me, a tide of emotion that I couldn't ignore, no matter how much I wished to remain unaffected. Sitting on the edge of my bed, I sought to find a moment of peace. Yet the whirlwind of thoughts in my mind continued to swirl around me. Wouldn't be silent. What was it that kept bringing him to my mind? Why was I unable to cease the endless replay of that fateful day, when he inadvertently stepped into my room as time slowly passed? The silence in the house deepened. Jennifer had yet to make her return, leaving me in the dark about Alfred's actions. As I grappled with my thoughts, the unexpected creak of my door swinging open sent a jolt through me, leaving me momentarily paralyzed. As I raised my gaze, there stood Alfred in the doorway. His eyes sparkled with a fierce resolve, yet his expression danced with inner turmoil. I sprang to my feet with haste. "Alfred," I exclaimed, my voice tinged with astonishment. "What brings you here?" He gently shut the door behind him, yet hesitated to cross the threshold into the room. Instead, he lingered there, caught in a silent struggle with his own thoughts. "Emily," he began, his voice soft yet heavy with feeling, "you're right. Jennifer. She does not treat me justly." Yet this evening, my thoughts drift away from Jennifer's actions or inactions. He stepped closer, his eyes capturing mine in an unbreakable hold. "For some time now, I have harbored feelings for you," he confessed, his voice unwavering yet tinged with uncertainty. "It was particularly significant after that fateful day, when I stumbled into your room by chance." The thought lingers, refusing to fade away. The atmosphere felt as if it had been drained, leaving only a heavy silence in its wake. Words eluded me, thoughts slipped away like shadows in the night. Alfred pressed on, his resolve unwavering, to unburden himself, regardless of what may follow. Perhaps I will look back on this moment with a sense of regret. Perhaps I am stepping into a realm of uncertainty, yet I find myself unable to hold back this within any longer. "Emily, you are always on my mind." He lingered for a moment, his gaze probing my expression for any hint of a response. I could feel the surprise reflected in my gaze, unmistakable and raw. He drew nearer, his voice becoming gentler. "You truly grasp my essence, Emily. Perhaps you don't quite understand, but you truly perceive my presence." That is a feat that has always eluded Jennifer. My heart raced with such intensity, I feared it might explode. The gravity of the moment was immense. Words eluded me as I sought to reply. The stillness enveloped us, thick with the weight of unvoiced feelings we dared not confront. Alfred finally let his eyes wander away, his gaze drifting down to the floor. With a heavy heart, he let out a deep sigh and swallowed with great effort. "I'm sorry, Emily," he murmured, his voice soft and delicate, as if it might shatter with the weight of his words. "Perhaps I ought to have kept these thoughts to myself. I ought to take my leave." With a deliberate motion, he averted his gaze and began to stride toward the door. Each step he took was measured and intentional, Yet, it was evident that each individual bore a weight upon their shoulders. As he extended his hand toward the doorknob, I observed a subtle rise and fall of his shoulders, accompanied by a deep, measured breath. In that moment, a transformation stirred within me. All my fears and confusion dissolved, giving way to a courage I never realized was within me. I simply couldn't allow him to walk away. "Alfred," I called out, my voice a whisper yet powerful enough to resonate throughout the room. He paused. With a deliberate motion, he pivoted to face me, our gazes locking in a moment that felt charged with unspoken words. Within them swirled a tempest, a fierce clash of regret and yearning unfolding in the shadows of their soul. For a fleeting instant, we stood still, caught in the web of the moment. With hands that quivered, I gently eased the straps of my dress from my shoulders, allowing it to cascade down to the floor. The soft glow in the room highlighted the exposed skin of my shoulders, while the cool air gently caressed my body. Alfred's gaze was upon me, a forceful and steady presence that I could not ignore. His gaze was a palpable force, tracking my every movement, and I found myself unable to tear my eyes from his watchful presence. "I haven't forgotten either, Alfred," I said, my voice quivering. Yet the resolve within me burned brightly, overpowering any hint of doubt. On that fateful day, the instant he stepped into my room, the world as I knew it transformed completely. And ever since that moment, I've been wrestling with these emotions, but they refuse to be silenced. "For I to hold affection for you. Perhaps I have for quite a while." As the words flowed forth, my heart raced with such intensity, I feared it might burst from my chest. Alfred paused, his gaze locked onto mine, as if he were sifting through the weight of my words, trying to unravel their meaning. Yet, in those eyes, I discerned the same magnetic draw, the same undeniable bond that had been stirring within me. "Tonight," I declared, inhaling deeply to calm my racing heart, "I am done resisting these emotions. I'm uncertain about the morality of it all. But this is the truth of my heart, Alfred." He drew nearer, his hands softly caressing my face. His touch was gentle yet intentional, as though he feared shattering something precious. The instant, as our gazes intertwined, it was as if the distance that separated us had dissolved into mere fantasy. With a gentle descent, he leaned closer, and as our lips finally touched, that first kiss released a torrent of emotions and desires we had both kept at bay for what felt like an eternity. Alfred's touch, his kisses deepened with every fleeting moment. The notion of retreating, of halting, never even flickered through my thoughts. In that instant, I found myself utterly immersed, as if time had paused around me. With deliberate care, I retreated until the familiar touch of the bed met my legs, and I surrendered to gravity, allowing myself to cascade onto its surface. With a keen eye, I observed Alfred's hands as they deftly navigated to the buttons of his shirt, methodically unfastening them, one by one. Each movement was intentional, as though he wished to relish this moment, to stretch it out in time. As he finally let his shirt fall away, an aura of confidence and authority enveloped the room, captivating everyone within its reach. He advanced another step closer, his eyes locked onto mine with unwavering intensity. With his clothes arranged meticulously at the bed's edge, he bent down, inching closer and closer, until the only thing that remained between us was a palpable electricity in the air. The space that separated us crackled with an electric mix of longing and fervor. Time felt suspended, as if the world around us faded away, leaving just that singular moment, just the two of us. He leaned over me, and in that moment we forged a bond, surrendering to one another entirely. It was deeply moving. A great warmth swelled within me, something profound and expansive. This was unlike anything I had ever experienced before. As I gazed upon Alfred, the sight of his broad shoulders and muscular physique captured my attention. I shut my eyes and lifted my hands high, pressing them firmly against the pillow, attempting to mirror the graceful movements of Alfred's body. In that instant, a powerful tension gripped my body. Alfred gazed at me and remarked, "You possess a unique quality. I have always been aware of that. I see it more clearly now." He gasped for air. "So you are, Alfred," I said, and a comforting warmth spread within me. All of it seemed like a vivid dream. Once Alfred settled beside me, I nestled my head against his chest. As I nestled against his sturdy chest, the steady cadence of his heartbeat resonated in my ears. The essence of this moment enveloped me, stirring a blend of tranquility and deep unrest within my soul. With a delicate touch, my fingers danced over his chest, weaving through the stillness as I summoned the bravery to shatter the quiet. "You didn't wander into my room by chance this time, Alfred," I said, my voice soft yet laden with significance. I raised my head to meet his gaze, my words compelling him to face the truth, while simultaneously unveiling the storm of emotions swirling within me. Alfred offered a subtle smile, yet the profound contemplation etched upon his face remained unmistakable. "No, Emily," he said. "Everything here is woven with intention, yet I must share my feelings with you. regardless of the challenges it may bring. I averted my eyes to his chest, my fingers gradually easing their motions. With a deep breath, I began to weave my words once more. In a gentle whisper, I expressed, Alfred, you are truly a remarkable and strikingly handsome man. But what unfolds next? How shall we proceed? My dear mother, and everyone else, Alfred tilted his head slightly, drawing me nearer as his fingers wove through my hair with a gentle touch. His voice flowed smoothly, carrying a depth of feeling beneath its tranquil surface. I'm not quite sure, Emily. In this very moment, all that I can grasp is the undeniable truth of reality surrounding me. Your presence beside me is undeniable. His words stirred the tempest within me, yet paradoxically, his candor brought a sense of calm. As I shut my eyes, I immersed myself in the comforting warmth of his presence, even as the shadows of uncertainty about the future danced around us. In that moment, our only option was to embrace the connection between us. If you've journeyed this far, I sense my tale has resonated with you profoundly. There's a wealth of tales waiting to be told, and you'll definitely want to be part of every single one. Make sure to tap that follow button, activate notifications, and share your thoughts in the comments about this tale. I eagerly anticipate your reflections.